ancestors told us, the Igbo ancestors, that once you play the Oja, you have addressed the well-being of people. It speaks to your soul, and it's really activates your intellect. It's the instrument with which we call on our ancestors, and it is also the instrument with which activates the codes in our DNA, from Nigeria to America to Jamaica. Everywhere you have the Igbo ancestry. Once you play the Oja, you have activated the code in the DNA of that person. And indeed, it affects all humanity. The Oja is universal. We can clap for the instruments. Thank you. Thank you. So, when I was lecturing in the Department of Music in Azikiwe University, I'd go to the classroom, or maybe the GS classroom, and I say to students, have you heard this instrument? And I played the Oja. And they say, yes. I say, where have you heard it? They say, it's in Nollywood. So what does it say? I say, it is usually when Mama Nkechi wants to poison my leg, that's when you hear it. I say, when else? When the prince has to go to the evil forest and then conquer all the spirits, and then he can come back and marry the princess from another kingdom. I said, that's interesting. But now we're going to move from all that witchcraft and problems that we've seen in Nollywood. Of course, it's entertainment. It's all good. We'll move from that to a little bit of Afrobeat. So this is Oja in Afrobeat. And if you know this song, you simply sing with me. No beats, we are the music. I play, you sing. This one is to sing. Thank you. And then the last one, this is very popular, and it's a song like Kiss Daniel. So I tell you a story that connects to why we are here. The instrument I played, the two of them, they are called Oja. And then this one is Ovaka. The Yorubas have it, they call it Agidigbo. And you find it in Zimbabwe, it's called Gira. So this instrument, the way it's spread across Africa, shows that our ancestors were intellectuals. They were traveling, because the Igbo say, that means a traveler is a brilliant man. intelligence. So this instrument distributed across Africa shows that we are connected, together, we belong together. And this story is about the tortoise. One bear is the tortoise. The tortoise summoned all the birds and told these birds that there is a great feast in heaven. And the birds were like, which feast happens up in the sky that we do not know about? How is it one thing that lives on earth, on the ground, that is telling us about the feast in heaven? And then they said to them, if you can get on a phone, what are you going to do? Or you have here. And they said, okay, fine, we will go with you to the sky. When they said, we cannot make this journey as individuals, we have to collaborate. We need to pool resources so that we can make this journey. And each bird contributed a feather, just a feather. Wanza brought his own feather. Mwamba brought her feather. Eze Kuden. They all contributed one feather to make this journey happen, because the tortoise does not have any. So the tortoise was able to fly with them. The birds were about to leave, and the tortoise said, no. One thing about life is that it is all about identity. We need to take names. These names would be how we would be addressed in heaven. And for the Igbo, we take names seriously because a name is a whole story. And each of the birds took names, and one bird took a name. Guess the name. Ununile. And this name means all of you. When they got to heaven, anything that was delivered, the host would say, you remember that you will be addressed with the name that you registered in heaven. If the name you registered is Ununile, the food goes to Ununile. And they brought food and said, this food is for all of you. And when they brought drinks, they said, this drink is for all of you. And when they brought meat, they said, this meat is for all of you. And they took all these names. But the name didn't take them anywhere. The only person who benefited from this feast was who?
All of you.
The birds got angry and said, look, we can't watch Mbe eat all the food. And then they reminded them about what the agreement was. The agreement was that they would take names, and the food, drinks, meat, everything would be addressed to somebody.
So, if this food is for Ununine, I will eat it alone. And what happened was interesting. The birds watched one bird finish everything that was presented, because indeed, what was presented was for who? All of you. And they decided to take their feathers back. They took all the feathers one by one and flew away. Of course, the tortoise does not have any feather. When the last bird, was about to leave, the tortoise called it back and said, "Please, tell my family, tell my wife and my children to bring out all the soft items at home. I'm going to land from the sky and I don't want to break my back. You know my shell is fragile." Mama said, "Ununine, all of you, I have heard you." Mama told Mbe's wife to bring out every half surface in the house. The tortoise looked down and saw that the landing was prepared, and they decided to fly down. You know the rest of the story. This is how the tortoise broke its shell. Woo! And guess what? It is not over. In life, there is always a way out, except when one dies. So the snail came around, and the tortoise said, "My friend snail, please, can you gum my shell back?" The Igbo metaphor for good dialogue is ireoma, and that is the tongue of the snail, the wet tongue of the snail that enables the snail to have dialogue across thorns and obstacles. And the snail gummed the back of the tortoise together. And that is why today you see the broken patterns in the back of the tortoise. What are the lessons? We've gathered to have conversation around intellectual property. And you see that we have drawn lessons, wisdom from the Igbo culture. This lesson is supposed to resonate with you as a Yoruba person, because there is a story like this in your culture. This lesson is supposed to resonate with you even if you are from South Carolina, because there is something like this in your culture. And what does it say? Make sure that you ask questions. Do the proper consultations. Because if there is a Nwambe who does not even have talent, who could not even fly, but Nwambe might know where the destination is. Nwambe might be the one to know that there is a party in the sky, and the birds who fly the skies do not know. All that is required is for you to sign proper agreements with all parties involved. And when you sign these agreements, make sure that you keep to it, because whatever you have signed, you keep to it. But even if there is dispute, this is when you remember that the lawyer is not a troublemaker that argues too much. The lawyer is like the ejuna, the snail, that will dialogue with contracts, with written notes, with conversations to enable you to manage the crisis that you have created. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Obaka and I am Gerald Eze. Thank you.
A huge round of applause. I believe we all learned a lot from that performance as much as we enjoyed it. Yes?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. Mazi Gerald Eze. Mazi Gerald Eze.